What's going on, Respiratory family? Getting prepared for this night shift. Know the craze that's going on in the world right now, especially going on with the respiratory virus that's going around and the panic that's going on. Spoke to a few family members who advised me to be safe about going to work amongst the virus that's going on. And as a respiratory therapist, we're indirectly in the field of contact a lot of times, especially working in the emergency department. We do get a synopsis of the patient's conditions, what they're coming into the hospital for, reason for their visit. So we are a little bit prepared when we go into a room to present to a patient, do our assessments. We always practice proper hygiene, hand washing. Sometimes, the sanitation solution that they have is good, but you still want to wash your hands. I feel like sometimes after using that solution so many times, your hands get caked up with the solution. And certain contact patients you have to wash your hands with. So it's just good to get in the proper technique of good hand washing. When on a job or anywhere else, in your everyday, endeavors. A lot of times, throughout our days, we come into contact with so many things that's bacteria filled, and we forget the importance of, proper hand washing, touching doorknobs, touching your face, touching just any article of things that has direct contact with bacteria. We did a petri tree dish on toilet knobs, doorknobs, and we will be surprised how much bacteria is alive and living on these household or item that you'll run into in your everyday life. So, as of right now, a lot of the stuff is being shut down. A lot of movie theaters and places where people congregate and would be in large numbers are being shut down due to the virus, just to protect people against the spread of the virus and being exposed. We're working in the hospital. Like I said, we're in direct line of contact with the virus. So, it's best, and what I've been doing is, just basically, drinking enough water and eating enough green leafy vegetables and fruits and things of that sort, to try to keep my immune system at optimum peak, optimum performance. Because with anything, people are more susceptible when they are immunocompromised, or they're elderly, or maybe even younger, and their bodies aren't able to fight, certain disease types of viruses or things of that sort. So those ones are the ones who should be more mindful about their exposure to the outside environment, and be more mindful about proper hand washing and cleaning techniques. Being mindful of your exposure. If you have any signs and symptoms, you should definitely contact a healthcare professional, because they will have the best course of action for you. But before getting to that point of action, you want to protect yourself, and you want to do what's best to, like I said, to have the optimum and the best immune system possible. Vitamin C helps build strong and healthy immune system. And you don't want so much processed things in your body. You want to be mindful of your diet. Consume more water. Put some of the sodas down, and just be present in what's going on around us. Like I said, proper hand washing. Don't eat a lot of foods that sometimes we eat a lot of pastas and breads and stuff like that. It can cause subtle inflammation in our body, which will subsequently make things difficult to run. If you have inflammation in your body, it's harder for your lymph nodes to do its proper job and cleans the body the way it's supposed to. It's difficult for you to your blood to flow the way it's supposed to. So we want to be mindful of our diets and things of that sort. I've seen a lot of folks going into the stores and they're preparing as if they're going to be in the house for an extended amount of time, and that just may well be the case, because like I said, the government is exposing a lot of flights coming in and out, people congregating in movie theaters and things of that sort. Like the necessity things are probably going to still be around, like gas and groceries. But many people are working from home. Many people are, in a panic, and like I've heard, like I've been taught, like sometimes when you're in a panic, it raises your cortisol levels, which introduces your body to which is subsequently from stress. And when you stress, your immune system isn't as strong as it could be. So we don't want to stress in this time. We want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and our loved ones. We want to do whatever we can do in order to prepare ourselves for whatever may be coming. Make sure you have a good, healthy immune system, and don't stress. Like, we can't stress about things that we can't change. We can't stress about things that is out of our power. But what's in our power is to control, our exposure to certain things, control, our environment, control, how often we we cleanse after ourselves. Like, clean your house with with bleach and stuff, to avoid the virus, the bacteria living on the surface of certain things. Like, now this is a virus that we're dealing with as far as respiratory wise, but just in everyday life, we want to limit the exposure of bacteria and our exposure to it. So just in this time, we want to say protect yourself, protect your loved ones and your family, and just do as you normally would, like let life carry on normally, like it normally would. Like, don't be too rammed up about what might happen. That's the easiest way to raise your cortisol level and introduce stress into your life. So don't be too worried about what possibly could happen. Like, we want to be mindful. We want to be mindful of the things that we come into contact with, the people we come into contact with, shaking hands and things of that sort. You want to make sure you wash your hands afterwards. I'm not really sure how long the virus lives outside of the body, but it is airborne. So I've heard. So which means it comes into contact with your mucosal membranes, and it makes you more susceptible that way by getting into your body, via somebody coughing, and they get into your eyes or in your mouth and your nose, and you're wiping your mouth and you're touching your face, and this is just kind of stuff it more exposes you to. So just be mindful of those things, and let's be safe, fam.